Hi, okay, so I hope you're ready for Piano Basics Part 1. In this video, you'll learn about the basics of the piano. In another video, coming next week, I will go over the mechanical properties of the piano. So, what is a piano? A piano is a musical instrument having steel wire strings that sound when struck by felt-covered hammers operated from a keyboard. And here's what Bach had to say. There's nothing remarkable about it. All one has to do is hit the right keys at the right time and the instrument plays itself. Very interesting. And I'd like to state that the information in these lessons and tutorials is most applicable to pianos, keyboards, and organs. These may be useful to you if you're learning to play other keyboard-type instruments as well. Also know that you don't have to spend a large amount of money to learn how to play the piano, and I'll add some links to some basic keyboards and pedals that you can start off with. And here's an overview. Anyway, so let's move on to how many keys a piano has. A piano has 88 keys, okay? 88 keys, and these keys are black and white. They consist of groups of 3 black keys and 2 black keys repeating in a matrix of white keys. So you have this repeating pattern: 2 black keys, 3 black keys, 2 black keys, 3 black keys, and in a matrix of white keys. So recognize the pattern. And here we have what you'll see if you're looking at your keyboard on your piano, or your keyboard, or your organ. If you go to any group of 2 black keys, on the left you have C. In the middle you have D, and on the right you have E. So, and as you are moving from C to E, the pitch is also increasing. So C has a lower pitch than D, and D has a lower pitch than E. And this is correct as long as you are talking about notes that are to the left or to the right of each other. And we'll get into octaves in a different tutorial, but for now, let's just consider that to be a fact. Now, moving on to the next part of this grid that's in front of us. If we start with a group of black keys that has 3 black keys, on the left you have F. The next white key is G. The next white key is A. And the next white key is B. And if you go up a half step, you have the next white key as C, and you'll notice that we're back where we started. The pattern is repeating. So if you know the grid, you will know the keys. So memorize these keys. They will help you. They will guide you on your piano journey. So let's just read through those white keys, starting on the left and going to the right. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And you might also notice that we're using English letters of the alphabet, but we're not using all the English letters, and I'll get to that later. But let's go to sharps and flats. So, in general, if you start at a white key and you go up a half step to the black key that is right to the right, you'll have a sharp of whatever key you started on. So if you start at C and go to the next black key, you have C sharp. Inversely, if you start at D and you slide down half a step to the black key on the left, you have D flat, and you might notice now that C sharp and D flat are the same note, and they're the same key. Yeah, they're the same. It's so cool. So I'm just going to read it's sharps first and flats next, going from left to right on the diagram: C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and we're back to C sharp, and the pattern's repeating. Using flats, that's D flat, E flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, and then we're back to D flat, and the pattern repeats. So it's not too difficult as long as you have memorized these keys either spatially or just by visual memorization. And it's very useful and very helpful. And let's just go over the music alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Repeats and repeats and repeats. Don't use H or I or J or K, just A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So know the grid, memorize the grid, know the keys, and you will not be as anxious when you approach piano playing. I hope this tutorial was useful for you and that you learned something to either start or improve your piano playing. If this tutorial helped you, like, share, and subscribe. If you have a question or a tutorial request, please leave a comment and come back next week for a tutorial on reading sheet music. We'll go over some very simple sheet music and some more complex sheet music so that I can help people who are at different levels. And even if you don't plan on using sheet music very much, it's very useful, and it'll expand the number of songs or pieces you'll have access to as a pianist. I hope to see you there, even though I won't see you. Bye.